On this episode, I'm joined by a very special guest, my daughter Kailyn, as we recap our incredible weekend Disney trip with her and her boyfriend. Today's July 15th, 2025, and this is episode 789 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys! Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service. Are you ready for your bucket list trip? Our trusted partner, MEI Travel, will handle the planning so you can focus on the memories. They offer free vacation planning services and have nearly 20 years of experience creating memorable vacations. Visit mainstmagic.com/travel for a fee-free, no-obligation quote today.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Kailyn, welcome back.
What's up?
It's been a while.
Very a while.
You last were on a Main Street Magic episode on September 13th of 2022, episode 495. So it has been almost 3 years since you've joined us here.
Wow.
You excited to be back?
Yeah.
Or did I make you come back? A little
Both.
bit. Yeah.
Both.
Well, I figured this would be a good time to have you back on to talk about our weekend that we went down there. So here's what happened, basically, why we went down. It was me, Kailyn, and her boyfriend going to Disney for a couple nights and taking them to the parks and all. And so Rhonda and Lacey's birthdays are coming up this weekend, and every year we do some kind of trip for their birthdays. Well, this year they decided to go to Miami, which many of us were not interested in, right? So we decided not to do that. They were really going down for a Morgan Wallen concert and then making a whole weekend out of it. So I thought, let's go ahead and take Kailyn and her boyfriend to Disney, right?
It was very fun.
So so that's what we decided to plan. So we're going to go down for 2 nights. We're going to stay at All Star Sports. Of course, we have our water park check-in day that we get to go to, so we'll talk about that a little bit. I have to give a huge thanks to my friends James and Steve, who were able to help us out with some tickets to the parks on the Friday that we went with park hoppers and all, which was amazing, so that I could take you guys. So
yes.
Well, let's start real back in the beginning first, when you were a pass holder with us for several years. How many times do you think we went over that? What was it? 6-7 year period?
I've told people that I've probably gone to Disney. Okay, this sounds like I have gone 200 times, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I want to say 500, but I feel like that's too much.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think at that point, we became pass holders.
I mean, we were going like every other weekend.
Yeah.
Like just like you guys now.
Yeah,
But
except
it just
we were taking
sucked
you.
because then, well, the only reason that it really sucked for me is like, obviously, I'm not like a bookworm or anything, but I was missing school. I had to remake stuff. I was like, I don't want to do it. Well, it was lots of fun, but it got to a point.
Yeah. Well, and we also got to a point where, I think as you two got older.
Yeah,
not that
too.
Not that you outgrew Disney by age.
Oh, no.
But going that often obviously caused a little burnout. But also you started to, I think, fall into your friend groups where, you didn't want to, and I don't blame you. You didn't want to spend a weekend away with your parents at Disney, even though we thought you were the luckiest kid alive. You want to be with your friends. So totally get that. So we gave up your passes a couple years ago. Were you excited about this trip? Like what were you most excited about?
Just being back, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, going so much in the past, like I feel like no time has gone by since like it almost feels like I could go back and just, obviously so much has changed, but it feels like I could go back and know where everything is, know how to do anything. But I haven't been in a while, so it is nice to go and do things that I haven't done in forever.
Yeah. And some things you hadn't done, which we'll talk about kind of the way we closed out. So so you we took you and Talon, your boyfriend, to the water parks. I believe, was it last Memorial Day? Was that how we started last summer?
Yeah, I think we were talking about that. Yeah, it was last year.
Yep. So we went and we spent a night at Coronado.
Yep.
And this was before water parks were free on check-in day. But you could purchase as a pass holder $49 water park tickets. So we did that.
Gotcha.
And we took you all to Typhoon Lagoon. But again, that was last May of 2024.
Yeah.
Prior to that, you hadn't been inside one of the Disney 4 parks, and you only went to Epcot the day after Thanksgiving in 2023.
Yeah.
And then the last time you got to experience more than one park and really have a Disney trip was Christmas of 2022.
Yeah.
So this is
Which
definitely
was like a long time
ago, right? So let's start with Typhoon Lagoon. Of course, we have the water park check-in. Rhonda and I, as pass holders, we have the sports add-on, so we get water parks. Mm-hmm. But getting a chance to check into the resort, a Disney property that day, and knowing that both of you got free water park tickets for the day. That's a great savings right there.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, the park was incredible.
Yeah, so
much fun.
What was always your favorite, Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach? Do you remember a lot about Blizzard Beach? Because that's really been a while.
That's the thing, is as a kid, yes, Blizzard Beach, but that's because of the kids section that was there. Now, if I went to Blizzard Beach, I don't think they'd let me on there. I'm 17,
right?
Which is crazy, but they wouldn't, like, I can't go do the zip line. I can't go do, but that was like the best part.
Yeah.
So I would probably say now Typhoon Lagoon, even though I would probably have to go again to actually like rank. But as a kid, Blizzard, older Typhoon.
Well, you might go again here in a month. So when we go down,
we do Blizzard.
Yeah, we're taking the whole clan down, and maybe we'll check out Blizzard or something when we go to check in at the cabins.
Okay.
How was the Typhoon Lagoon day? This was honestly the longest we had spent there in a long time. We were there for about 5 hours. A lot of times, we'll show up around 10, and we're probably out by 1 or 2. This time we got there a little bit closer to 11, but we didn't leave, I think, until almost 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So what was kind of your favorite thing? We didn't do a ton, but
I really like the lazy river.
Yeah, right. I thought
the lazy river. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the water slides are great. The day was great. There was barely waits, and even if we waited, it was not bad.
Yeah.
Seriously, and like the water was a good temperature. I get a little cold sometimes,
yes,
but but being in the heat, the water was really really nice.
Yeah.
But no, the Misadventure Falls, that was great as always.
A blast.
We got to do, so when we did what's the ones that
Crushing
push
Gushers.
you? Yes, Crushing Gushers. You went on the single rider one, and me and Talon went on the double one. Well, we managed to pick the one that had one person in front of us. And your line was a bit more. So we literally went down it. We got out, and I'm like, let's get back in. There was no line. Me and Talon grabbed another thing. Actually, I don't think we grabbed another one. He just kept it. Yeah. And we walked right back on, and we did it again. It was great.
Yeah, and you only came down, I think, a little bit before I came
exactly.
down. And what's great about that, about Crush and Gusher, and they'll tell you right there, the cast members that are working, if you get out and there is not even one person forming in that line, they'll ask you if you just want to go again. Like you guys did. A lot of the times they will. Either ask or again. You could say, I mean, like you guys basically did, like, can we go again?
Yeah.
And they'll look, and if nobody's there.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, hey, can we get back in line? She was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so perfect. So we did that. We did some of the Stormalong slides.
Yeah.
We did a lot of Lazy River.
Oh, I want a lazy river in the backyard.
Right? I know. If only.
I love a lazy river.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
A lot of times you can go before noon and crowds aren't too bad at the water parks. And a lot of times you could go and you could probably, not wait too long for Misadventure Falls, and you can do the Lazy River, and you can go do Crush and Crusher back to back. But it really wasn't busy that day.
Yeah. No,
a lot of times that Lazy River is like tube to tube.
Oh, yeah. Well, even with not many people being there,
it's still too many.
Yes, always. There will always be too many people in the Lazy River.
Yeah.
Especially the kids that run around in it, but
Oh, I know. But we did so many laps. We did 3 laps at one point. Like, it was just such a relaxing time during then. And again, it wasn't that bad out. I don't any longer go too far into the wave pool because I don't feel like being injured, right? How was it for you guys? Because y'all went out there.
It was
you guys
fun.
go deep. You've been deeper out than I've ever gone.
I wasn't like Talon body surfed. He was like he was going with the wave. I was just kind of going under it. It was still really cool. But the funny thing is, the closer I was, the easier it was to just go right under the wave.
Yeah.
When I came back and was standing with you waiting for Talon, I was getting hit by those waves because I couldn't really go over it, and then I couldn't go under it. So I was like getting hit by them, but it was fun. No, I mean, and then of course, it wasn't that busy again, so there wasn't people truly hitting you. I think I bumped into like 1 or 2 people. Yeah. Well, they bumped into me, but it's a little stressful being up there because then people are getting pushed by the wave into you, and I'm like,
I don't understand how after every wave, at least one person doesn't come out with a bloody nose or something.
I don't understand how there isn't more blood than water in that wave pool.
It's really impressive because if you look at, that wave pool seems like something that would have been around when I was growing up.
And then people just threw
people threw safety to the wind. They're like, safe, whatever.
Yeah,
exactly. They're kids. Let kids have fun. Now everybody's so cautious and careful. It's surprising that it's still is
I know.
There, right?
It really is.
But you make a good point. When you go out further, as long as you can tread water and swim, it is so much easier.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing is we even went to a point because Talon, of course, keeps wanting to go out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Talon, neither of us can stand right now.
Yeah.
Like. But it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We had a blast. And we ate a little
really
bit.
Did.
Like, we're not going to get way too detailed in the food and stuff, but...
I wasn't a big fan of the food selection.
So, Typhoon Lagoon, and again, we haven't been to Blizzard in a while, so when we go back, we'll check out how their food game has progressed. If you've been to Volcano Bay and you've eaten food at Volcano Bay, both of Disney's water parks have so much work to do. They're just... It's not great.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of options.
The like shack with the sweet treats, those looked good and stuff. But for like a meal, I was looking and I was like, the one shop, I was like, I don't know if I love any of this. Let me look at the other shop. And it's like the same thing in a different font.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, everything was hot. Everything was hot food except for one sandwich.
That was weird, right?
And I wasn't a big fan of that. Talon's hot food was good, but I'm sitting there in the heat, sweating. Like, I don't really want to eat hot food right now. But the sandwich was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you don't really want to sit and eat fish and chips when it's 105 out, right? and you're in sand.
Because then why are you going to the water parks in the cold? There's no reason to go to a water park when it's cold, unless you're from Alaska.
Right, and then those people certainly do. And then at that point, eat your fish and chips.
That's true. Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, you had a multigrain turkey sandwich that's kind of just packed and ready to go. It's really.
But you also couldn't really make any like. What's it called?
Adjustments.
Yeah. It was like, this is the sandwich, this is what you get.
Because I think it's all pre-made.
Yeah.
Those sandwiches are coming out pre-made.
Yeah.
They're pretty similar, actually, to what you can get at Woody's Lunchbox.
Okay.
Again, it's not bad, but it's,
exactly.
You're not going to a deli and getting something like this. It's not top of the line. They do have some rice bowls, which is nice because they are at least a little themed.
That was good. Yeah. I will say
Talon
got the like shrimp rice bowl with like the plantains and stuff. And I'm going to be honest, it was pretty good. I almost wish that I got that.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if I'm crazy, but I can't get by that hot food and like a hot, I don't know.
I get it.
I don't know.
I got a pizza. I got a flatbread barbecue chicken pizza because I can eat pizza at any time. So, but it's decent enough.
But that's the other thing is all the pizzas were flatbread.
Yes.
I am not a fan of flatbread. If I'm having a pizza, I want a good crust.
Yeah.
So that was the other disadvantage is I'm like, I just, anyways.
How do you feel about the refillable cups and the freestyle machines being gone?
I'm really mad.
It's stupid, right?
It's so stupid. Are you kidding me?
I don't know if there's a plan. Like, ultimately, what would be wonderful if all of a sudden they said your resort cups are now able to be used at Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. But the fact that they removed all of the machines...
Well, yeah, you can't even get water anymore.
Right. And that was something that was huge.
I think I saw there was by a bar, it was one of those big coolers with a spigot and like paper cups.
Right.
But it's also like, I don't know.
Yeah. You want that fresh filtered water.
Exactly.
There, right?
And it's like, you can't even, that's my thing is the water. At least like, maybe don't even make them refillable, but like keep the machines there.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
But,
or Or even if you simply go back to, the way that they can do it in the resorts, if you don't want a refillable mug, is you get a soda cup.
Yeah.
And it's time. I can't remember what the time is, but, it's got an hour or two or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a paper cup, and you could refill it, at that point.
Yeah.
And those, they even put restrictions in between. So you can't just refill it, dump it into something else, refill, dump. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's like every 15 minutes or something you could go back. So I wish that they would bring that back or something back eventually, but we'll see. We were staying at All Star Sports. And we ended up over at Disney Springs to do a little shopping, to walk around.
I almost forgot about that.
Was it? Now you'd been to Disney Springs, obviously.
Oh yeah,
in the past couple years.
Oh yeah, I've been to Disney Springs a lot. I feel like.
How was Disney Springs for you? Did anything seem different there? I mean, not a lot has changed, I guess, since you last went. But we were there to shop for Mom's birthday.
Yes,
you found
was
something.
Fun. Yeah.
You're welcome to talk about it. She doesn't listen to the podcast, so she won't know before her birthday. If you want to talk about what we were shopping for.
Don't let her listen.
She trust me, she won't. I don't think she knows how to listen to a podcast, man.
No, so we went in the I was thinking of getting her something from Pandora, but then I was like, I don't know. So we go in and there's the new Haunted Mansion collection.
It'd come out like a day or two before.
And I was like, oh my God. This long sleeve is perfect. So I got her a long sleeve that was like Haunted Mansion. I almost wanted to get these the statue heads that are supposed to be for like whatever. We just use them. Yeah, but we just use them for decoration. Right. But then I'm like, well, that you only pull out during Halloween. So I was like, let me get something that isn't specific for like a decoration. Because then there was also the paper towel holder. But
and I'm willing to bet she doesn't know it exists yet.
Oh, but we'll
put money now that we come back with it when her and I go next weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had some great Haunted Mansion merch.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, even with decorations,
I almost want it.
Oh yeah, we can get you something when we go back. But even when you get to the things that look like decorations, to be fair, we do put ours out like mid-August, so we would get a lot of use out of it.
That's true.
But yeah, went around and shopped. I love the shirts that you got. I love the new designs. There's a lot of these new designs in this new collection that came out that features a lot of the characters from the stretching room and the paintings, down to even like the opera singer at the end of the graveyard scene.
Yeah.
She's on some merch.
There's a lot more
super
representation of the characters.
Yeah. So, we did that. We did a little shopping, looking around. And then I really wanted to take you all to one of my favorite new places for dinner. Wailulu Bar and Grill over at the new Polynesian Tower. Mm-hmm. Not only did you not know that this new Wailulu Bar and Grill existed, you didn't know that a tower existed.
Oh no,
correct?
We're literally sitting in the car and he's like, Polynesian Tower, and I was like, tower? What tower? I'm like, that's weird. Whatever. We get there. I'm like, what is that? Yeah. It's a big tower. I was like, when did that get? And then all that. Oh my gosh, all of the construction and the road.
Yeah.
Oh,
awful.
That was interesting.
It's
but
awful.
I mean, the tower was beautiful.
Right.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yes.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah, and something we found out this trip.
We found out so much.
We did. Well, it's cool. So we were able. Our good friend Jamie, who is just such a wonderful cast member, who is at Wailulu now, and so I had hit her up, and I knew she was going to be around. I was like, that's great. She hadn't seen you, in several years.
Love her.
I mean, it's crazy. When we met Jamie, it was 2019. We're talking 6 years. You were 11.
Wow.
When we first met her. So she probably hadn't seen you in
that's weird.
3-4 years.
Yeah.
So she got to see you again and of course meet Talon. And she got to give you a lot of the spiel, right? As we're kind of walking in, the hostess did before we got to Jamie. But what did you find interesting about that original part? You've got the reclaimed fishing nets. You have the moss on the
it's
the living
all
moss.
So incredible. But then there was also, everything about anything that was included, like the mossy look was real moss.
Yeah.
Everything was so beautiful. I was looking around and every single little thing had detail.
Yeah.
And those 4 pillars, which we ended up finding out were like hand carved by a famous tattoo artist.
Yeah, so they were
Hawaii?
they were designed. Yeah, so they were designed.
Designed.
We found this out. So his name's Joshua Ellis.
Right.
It's JOSHAWAELSAS. So I had to look it up because we were all unsure of the spelling. And he started Island Tat in Hawaii back in 2003.
Wow.
And so Disney hired him. His famous thing that he's for is line art. And so Disney hired him to design all of this line art throughout the poly. One of those being these 4 pillars that were then hand carved.
Yeah.
Actually, I think by Hawaiian artists.
No, it was so cool.
Amazing.
Everything was so cool.
Like when you look at the menu, like she brought out the gluten-friendly menu and showed us the back of it that he hand drew. Like, it's incredible.
That was awesome.
And every little detail is just so spot on here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we showed up after 2 p.m., which now, if you are unaware, you can park at the Polynesian after 2 p.m., even if you're going to a Wailulu, a Tambu Lounge, or Trader Sam's, which you used to not be able to do before.
Yeah.
Poly's very strict. So you can go ahead and park there. You let them know you're going to Wailulu. Of course, you can join a walk-up list, whatever it may be. We joined in person because we just wanted to make sure that we got Jamie. How did you feel about the whole meal, the experience? We were there for quite a bit. We ate a lot.
Yeah.
Let's start with your first time ever having spam.
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Right?
Whatever that was so good.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I want that again right now. I want to eat it right now. Like,
I got to figure out how to make it at home.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I mean, it's sushi rice. It is spam, fried spam.
Yeah,
it's got a light teriyaki flavor to it. It's wrapped in the seaweed, the nori, and then it's got these little fried rice pearls on the outside.
Yeah, and that's like not even much.
Right.
And it's also spam.
Yeah,
and it was so good.
It's amazing, right?
The sauce, I think, was really what did it.
Yeah.
But
and it comes with these little pickled carrots that are actually real good and refreshing.
I don't remember if I don't think I did.
Talon and I ate a bunch of those.
I know, you guys were eating them.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, this is, I mean, honestly, I could see going there the next time and I would get the musubi just for myself. And
oh my gosh, yeah.
It's that good.
Me too.
How did you feel about the meals? You got a poke bowl.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot. I'm going to be honest.
Huge.
But it was also just something because, I mean, I guess I should have expected this. But, you know, it tells you what it has in it. And I'm like, all right. It comes over and there was so much more. And I was like, oh, wow. Wasn't expecting this. But it was good.
Yeah.
Personally, see, I didn't know this, which is it's my fault. I'm not a big fan of fat on meat.
Yeah.
And it's all thigh.
Yeah,
which
it's all chicken
fatty.
thigh if you get the teriyaki chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, because I love teriyaki chicken, but it was all very fatty meat. So my meal was good. Talon's meal was also very, very. He got the fish of the day.
Yeah.
It was giant, but it was so good.
It was.
Like,
it was the only
incredible.
dish I believe your mom and I had not tried.
Yeah.
And it is a fish of the day. It was kapachi, I believe, was the fish of the day. It's a mild, flaky white fish, very similar to like a mahi and things like that. And it's got this green curry sauce with like chickpeas.
Oh,
and
so good.
The dish was outstanding, and it is huge.
Oh my gosh.
Huge.
I can't believe, like, I know Talon is like giant, but I was shocked he finished it.
When they set it down in front
left.
of him. Yeah, when they set it down in front of him, I was like, oh no. Like, I know he can eat, but this is a lot of food.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly something you want to pack up and put in your fridge in the room.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, he ate so much of it. And you and I barely helped.
I think he literally had 4 bites left.
It was incredible.
That he didn't eat. And that was just like the extra rice.
Yeah, but I would highly, highly recommend that dish. I might get it next time for your mom and I that we go back. So
if I went back, I would want to share it with someone. Yeah. It was really good.
So good. I got the Wailulu burger. No surprise. I absolutely love this thing. I always get the sweet potato fries with it. Little side of honey.
Those were good.
Outstanding. And then you guys were very full. You wanted Dole Whip at one point. And
yeah.
So Jamie came back around and she was like, you guys ready for dessert? And we were like, unfortunately.
I was so full.
Yeah, I don't think
I could not eat more.
So though, being as sweet as she is, Jamie did bring us out a kid's
yeah, so then all of a sudden
Whip.
there's Dole Whip in front of me and I'm like, oh man. Yeah. So then I start eating that.
Yeah, because what'd you think of it? Because it
was incredible.
This takes Dole Whip to another level, right?
Every part of it was good. The little like almost, what was it, a raspberry
it had little like sugared it had little sugared raspberries and pineapple. Then it had a little raspberry meringue like dollops
that
around
was
it.
Good.
Yeah, and
the
then
Dole
a little
Whip
like
was
Mickey
good because it also
ears.
Well, it wasn't Dole Whip. It was Dole Whip, or it was the pineapple and the soft serve, I think, because I love Dole Whip, but I love the swirl. like just the pineapple's a little too much. So, but I could tell that it did have some of the vanilla in it too.
Oh, it's so good.
It was so good.
I love it there. Yeah. All right.
It was so good.
We're going to move on to Friday. Actually, one more thing I do want to mention. First of all, would you recommend Wailulu Bar and Grill for people?
Of course.
Like everyone should
100%.
go, right?
I stepped outside. It was beautiful outside. I mean, I kind of wish we did get seated outside. Obviously, I wanted to sit with Jamie, but it was beautiful outside.
It is. It's
and the
incredible
view,
there.
Everything. The Polynesian is a very good resort.
Yeah.
One, maybe top 3.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy, if not number 1.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
For a lot of folks. I did want to mention, it was so funny. We were talking to Jamie, and she mentions that the night before, there was a gentleman sitting at the bar who was wearing a Be Nice to Cast member shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's like, I've never seen one in the wild. Like I've seen our friends that we know who have purchased the shirts, and they come with us and we meet them and I'm like, okay, you're wearing one. I get it.
Right.
But I've never just seen somebody walking around in one. So afterwards we went and we're kind of exploring the new tower grounds.
Yeah.
Talon was looking at plants and flowers.
He was obsessed with the plants.
Oh, he loved it.
He was not. He literally would turn around. He's like 10 feet behind us looking at a plant.
Yeah.
I'm like
using the Google lens to figure out exactly what it was and then
Yes.
telling us about it. So I learned a lot about that.
He's funny.
So I am laying in a hammock just chilling, and I look over, and sure enough, I see a guy walking by. And he's got a Be Nice to Cast member shirt on. And it was so funny because I looked and I think, like, I saw the shirt, he saw me, and he goes, "Hey, you made my shirt." And I was like, wow. So
I still think it's incredible that people recognize you for doing it. I think
too.
I would never have recognized someone who made my clothes.
Very strange. So yes, I mean,
That's
but
cool,
obviously he
though.
listens and
That's
all that
incredible.
stuff. So, and follows on social. So Caleb, thank you so much. Chatted with him for a little bit. I forgot to ask him, but I'm assuming, because he told me that he wears a Be Nice to Cast member shirt most every day, I'm assuming he was possibly the person sitting at the bar the night before, because he did mention he had the Wailulu burger yesterday. So I do think it was probably the same person. And Caleb, if you're listening, hit me up on social, whatever. Let me know if that was you the night before. But still, either way, it was just like the most random, perfect moment.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So I was so glad
we
he stopped
had
and
so many
chatted.
of those moments.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, seriously, I know I used to always go, and I used to always be like, you see the Disney magic and stuff, but like not after not going for a while and going, like, it is truly crazy how lucky I feel like you get at Disney.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Everything just like fits into place, if that makes sense.
Well, I got to say, we're going to talk about our Friday was the park day.
Friday
And
was incredible.
everything truly fit into place.
Oh, perfectly. Perfectly.
We've been doing this podcast for a long time, right? Disney's ever changing. I know a pretty dang good amount of Disney parks, about them. I'm pretty good at being able to put together some plans. But for the most part, your mom and I aren't the types to, every time we go, we're getting lightning lane.
Yeah, of course.
We're planning every little detail, and we're, saying, well, if we go to this park, we can be done with these things by this time. If we go to this park. So a lot of it isn't that full depth planning the way that a lot of people do when they only come maybe once a year.
Right.
Or it's their first trip or a once in a lifetime trip. So everything truly fell into place.
Oh my gosh.
And if you go back to the weekend prior, we had these wonderful comp tickets from some cast member friends for you and Talon on the Friday.
Yeah.
I had everything connected to my Disney experience. And then when I went to book at 7 days out, the lightning lanes, because I was going to purchase us lightning lanes at multi-pass and single pass so we could do everything. Something had happened with Talon's ticket and it was missing.
Yeah.
Again, friend, cast member came to the rescue, was able to help us out. But I was getting worried about what it might look like planning these lightning lanes. So I went ahead and booked them for you and I.
Yeah.
And I got a pretty dang good schedule. So we were going to start at Epcot, and I got a Cosmic Rewind in the morning.
Yep.
And then we were going to hop to Hollywood, where I had secured a Tower of Terror, a Slinky Dog, and a Midway Mania, along with Rise of the Resistance. I bought a single pass for. And that was kind of going to be our plan, and we were going to figure everything else out in between.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to make Talon's lightning lanes for almost 36 hours later.
Oh, wow.
I was able to match up every single lightning lane with at least a minimum of a 10-minute window.
Right.
Overlapping.
Yeah.
So I thought, That's good enough. That's just what we'll go with. I'm not going to worry about changing them. We'll figure it out.
Right.
So I'd already had a lot of the day planned out. You know, we were going to get there and pretty much rope drop Epcot. We were going to go hit Frozen. We are going to try Remy's, you know, work our way around to Soarin' and all, just in time for a Cosmic Rewind. So.
And everything that we didn't have any sort of lightning lane for was
not bad.
Incredible. Soarin' was a good almost walk on, I feel like.
Pretty much a walk on
because of the pre-show.
Like,
I mean, seriously.
Yeah. So,
it was great.
So we did. I'm going to run through it, and then I'm going to have a couple questions for you about the day, because we ended up doing 3 parks. We did Epcot, we did Hollywood, and then we ended up at Magic Kingdom. And then we did 16 hours in the parks.
Wow.
Because we left the resort roughly around 8.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
And we were walking out at Magic Kingdom after 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Right? So what's that? 8 to 11. Yeah, that's okay. 15, 16 hours, right?
Yeah. I literally think, because I remember on the bus, it was like 11:40. It was 11:47.
When we were heading back?
When we were headed back on the bus. And I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah. So, we were gone from our room for 16 hours.
Wow.
Easy. We did 20 attractions.
Wow.
Talon did 21.
Yep.
Here's the attractions that we did, and then we'll get into some questions.
Okay.
And here's the order that we did them. All right, we started with that rope drop of Frozen, and from there, we headed over to Remy. Headed down to the Land Pavilion. We did Soarin'. We did Living with the Land. Then we had a little bite to eat at Connections Cafe, so not bad to get a little break. Then we had our individual lightning lane for Cosmic Rewind.
Yep.
After that, Talon rode the orange side of Mission Space, which you and I have never ridden, and we decided that
never
day
will.
was not the day, right? So, not doing that.
Nope.
Then we went and did Spaceship Earth.
Yep.
Followed by walking through Moana's journey through water.
Yep.
Followed by Nemo and Friends. And we got to look around the aquarium a little bit, because Talon loves like plant life and animal life and sea life and all that stuff. So he was like a kid in a candy shop there.
Oh, it was so funny.
Went ahead and took the Skyliner over to Hollywood Studios, and we hopped on Rock and Roller Coaster. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yes.
From there, we did a little bit of shopping. I had to get Rhonda a present as well. So we did some shopping. From there, we did Star Tours.
Yep.
We hit our individual lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance.
Yep.
We even got to have a bite to eat and some drinks at Oga's Cantina.
Yep.
From there, we did Smuggler's Run, followed by Midway Mania, Ailing Swirling Saucers, Slinky Dog, and Tower of Terror to finish off at Hollywood Studios.
Yep. Wow. Like,
you
saying all that is like,
crazy,
wow,
right?
we did a lot.
We then bust over to Magic Kingdom, which was a pretty relaxing evening, because all we did was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep.
We ate some pretzels and plastic cheese. We rode Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
We did Space Mountain. And we closed the night riding Tron.
Wow.
Now, let's go back, and real quick, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah.
A lot of this, I'd mentioned everything at Epcot other than Cosmic Rewind, we did standby. And I don't believe we waited longer than 30 minutes there. Frozen wasn't even 30 minutes, I think. Maybe Remy's. I don't know that we waited longer for 20 minutes for a single ride at Epcot.
Yeah, wow.
Over at Hollywood, I had Slinky, I had Tower, I had Mania all booked.
Right.
But as I started to use some of those, I was able to pick up some other ones that I started doing at Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom was staying open till 11. So a lot of these were between the 8 and 11 range, obviously. That's all that was available, but that worked out perfect for us.
Yeah.
So I started just trading ones there, looking at some modifications, things like that. Let's talk about Rock and Roller Coaster, because this was the moment I said, all right, Rhonda, your mom, I didn't have to tell you that. Listeners, you know who she is. She doesn't like doing single riders, even if it's going to get us through quicker, because she's got to sit next to a stranger. I get it, right?
Right.
So I said, look, guys, first of all, we're going to try and see the new Villains. Unfairly Ever After. I really wanted you to see that, but the queue was 100% full during the start time of the show. we thought we might see. Which
means
the inside show was already full.
Yeah, we were kind of thinking we'd like walk up, get in, watch it, but we walk up and there's a whole line for like the next show.
Yeah, and that's the one. By the time we were getting there, I was going, you know what? We'll get in line for the next show. We're gonna have to wait 20, 25 minutes, but that's okay.
Yeah,
it wasn't because it was already full for that queue.
Yeah.
So again, it is crazy busy. So I said, all right, let's just do Rockin'. Let's knock it out.
Yeah.
And as we're walking up, it was I think a 70-minute posted wait or 80-minute posted wait.
All I saw was all the people waiting in the sun, and I was like,
yeah, because it's it's mostly outdoor queue.
Yeah.
I said, guys, should we just do single rider? We can probably get through a heck of a lot quicker.
And I'm like, oh man, like I really wanted to do it with Talon. Talon had never been to Hollywood Studios,
which we found out walking into Hollywood Studios. He's like, oh yeah, I've never been here, and we're like, wait. What?
I kept asking him. I was like, oh, so you haven't done I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Because he had been to Disney a good amount of times, but I guess he just never went to Hollywood.
Yeah. And like,
so all of this was his first time seeing it and doing it.
This is the park for an 18-year-old kid.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, this is it.
I was talking to him and I was like, because I almost feel like, I mean, we did a lot, but we were doing things a little quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, sorry if, we didn't get to like take it in really. And he was like, no, like I really loved, he said he really loved Galaxy's Edge.
Oh,
and
good.
he just wished that he had a little bit more time to shop.
Yeah.
Is what he said.
He will next time, I promise. we'll make that happen.
Yeah.
But we go, all right,
yeah,
let's line
so
up.
Rock and Roller Coaster,
Single rider,
I wanted
rock and
to
roller
do with
coaster.
him, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not sitting in that heat. Let's go single rider. Let's get it done. And we get up there and it's like, all right, line's getting a little bit long for the single rider because, they do the pre-show and then they fill you in. And all of a sudden, it's like 3 people plus the single rider.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 7 people plus a single rider. So blah, 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 plus a single rider. And all of a sudden he looks at us 3 and he goes, all right, row 6, row 7, you 3. Yeah. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? It was insane. I got to ride right next to Talon after waiting probably 20 minutes in single rider.
Yep.
It was insane.
It was incredible.
And that's what I mean by like that. That's insane.
Everything fell into place.
That's insane.
Yeah. Everything fell into place.
Because I'm thinking like you're on the first track car. Talon's on the second car. I'm on like the third car. No, we got right next to each other.
That was amazing.
It was crazy.
It was so good. So I guess we'll talk about other few highlights just in general. I'm trying to think of some other moments that stuck out. Tower of Terror. So the 2 that I couldn't really match up really well enough for lightning lanes with ours that I'd booked, and then Talon's a little bit later. Slinky Dog. We had a very small window, and his was much later. And I was like, man, if he can go when we can go, that'd be awesome. So I actually did stop by and I saw Jared, who is a wonderful cast member at Guest Services in Epcot, and he lined them both up perfectly.
Nice.
Everything else was like, I'm not going to worry with. Well, we decided we're going to go to Magic. And so we're going to finish at Tower of Terror with our last lightning lane.
Of course.
And we had a very small overlap window. By the time we were ready to go up and ride, our lightning lanes were ready to go, but Talon's wasn't going to start for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, we'll stop and see, if there's a blue tent, we'll stop at Guest Services, see if they can help out.
Yeah.
We didn't see one. I said, let's just go to the ride. I'll chat with them. Right?
Right.
So, I went up and I just said, hey, long story short, his ticket got messed up. I had to book the lightning lane separate. His isn't for another 45 minutes. Is there any way he can go on with us now? Because this is our last ride, and then we're going to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And what did she say?
Well, I wasn't too close, so all I hear is wait. I heard her say wait, and I was like, shoot.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we're walking on then.
You really are supposed to wait.
Yeah, she had said you're supposed to wait, and then she said she liked your hat.
Yeah.
And so she let us in, and because again, all I heard was wait, and I was like, well, what are we gonna do?
Right.
Especially like we had already done Rockin'.
Yep.
And then the other rides are like that. Those 2 rides are so like far away from everything else. It's like, what are we gonna go do?
And the only thing we really hadn't done, and we didn't do, we'll say for next time, was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Well, at that point, let's just say we got lucky and got through in 30 to 45 minutes, plus the ride, plus all of that. It was just going to put us back further
100%
than we wanted.
Exactly.
So,
and she let us, it was
great.
great.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It was my Be Nice to Cast Members hat. And again, it has nothing to truly do with that. Sometimes if you just go up and you just ask nicely.
Oh, yeah.
What a thought. Be nice to people. Be nice to cast members, right?
Yes.
How great is that? Mm-hmm. What overall would you say was your favorite ride of the trip?
Oh, man.
You only did one ride you had never done before, correct?
Yeah.
And that was Tron.
Yeah, and it was good.
But wouldn't classify as your favorite of the day.
I think my favorite is Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, we got out and I'm looking around the store. I find this sweatshirt. Not a crew neck, not a hood, but and oh my gosh, I'm wearing it right now actually. It's so like perfect and I was like, I need that.
Yeah.
So I extra large and then a small. That's it. And I was like, I'm not wearing that small. So we go ask. They have no more in stock anywhere.
Yeah, they checked all stores. I mean, not that I think it would be anywhere else. Because it's not a rock and roller. It's not a rock and roller coaster.
It doesn't say rock and roller coaster. It just says rock and roll.
Yeah.
But I went and I put on the extra large and I was like, I like this. So I got it. It was great. Because I was also wearing the shirt that you got.
Yeah,
all those years ago.
Yeah, this was about 6-7 years ago. Rhonda and I were there probably for one of our anniversary trips because that was the only time we went without y'all. Before you got old enough, to not have to go with us. And we're getting ready to get on Rock and Roller Coaster. I was leaning against the railing, getting ready to board next, and I kind of stuck in some gum that was kind of stuck underneath the railing. It got on my shirt a little bit. It was no big deal. It was just like, we'll go somewhere, get some ice, try and get it out, whatever.
Right.
But we got off the ride and I said, you know what, Rhonda, I'm just going to tell a cast member just so they know that that's there and maybe nobody else leans into it.
Right.
And so I said that and they were like, great, thank you so much. And by the way, why don't you pick out any shirt you want here for free so that you can change. I said, wow, that is so nice. So I picked out this rock and roll t-shirt. Again, it's not a rock and roller coaster one.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, I really like that store.
And
there were some other things too.
Which was so cool.
I was wearing
you wore it that day, and I wore it for years. Mm-hmm. If you want to hear a little something funny, so I don't go on Threads, which is I don't go on it, but I have stuff auto post from Instagram to Threads. Okay. And I posted that picture that morning of you because we took it by the bus stop, and I said, I told the story. I said, this is the shirt. This is what happened. Blah blah blah. For some reason, a notification popped up, and all I saw was the BS. And I was like, what is that? And I clicked on it. It was Threads. First of all, that post had 200-some comments on it.
Oh, wow.
It had a lot of traction to something I don't deal with, including one guy who said, I'm calling BS. It doesn't even say Rock and Roller Coaster on that T-shirt. Why would they have that there? And I'm thinking, okay, why would I make up this story? Plenty of people start responding to him. They used to sell stuff, blah, blah, blah. One dude was like, well, this guy looks, in his 40s and she looks like a teenager. So if he got that, it was funny. But I have never responded to a single person on Threads. But I did reply to him with the photo of you holding that sweatshirt inside of the Rock and Roller Coaster merch shop. And I said, it is a true story. And by the way, she just bought this basically non-branded Disney Rock and Roller Coaster sweatshirt in there today.
Yeah.
And then I deleted Threads because I don't need that kind of negativity in my life, right? So anyway, I thought that was funny.
That's funny.
Okay, we did do things pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Did you feel that the pace was too much? And again, this is having one day in the parks. I wouldn't recommend anybody do what we did if you have multiple days in the parks.
I was just about to say, honestly, I feel like we definitely could have. Ideally, we would have had 2 days. Mm-hmm. Ideally, we would have had more leisure time. Ideally, we would have taken it a little slower. I still had a great time, but I am going to be honest, looking back, it was all very zoom.
It's a bit of a blur,
it was
right?
Woo.
Yeah, that's why I think I have took these very rough notes like I do, which are literally one words of what we did in order. But I agree as I'm going through that and some notes I put out to talk to you about.
Well, because then Epcot felt like a different day.
It did.
It was crazy.
It was.
We did have some, because we went to Club Cool.
Yep.
We had a moment in there. Yep. We were I don't know.
We sat at Connections. And ate some.
I
think Oga's would have given us a better rest that we needed if we had seats, but we had to stand at the bar.
We had to stand.
So there wasn't a lot of time for that. And, I just, for me, knowing, I don't know, well, actually we do know when you're going back. Because we're going to go the day after Thanksgiving again this year.
Right.
We're going to take you and Lacey. We're actually going to spend Thanksgiving in Disney at Coronado. So we're going to figure some of that stuff out. But we're going to take you guys to the parks on that Friday. Meet up with Lucy and Caleb. But
awesome.
It might be, mostly an Epcot day, and then we'll hop somewhere that night that you guys want to go. So, I'm thinking, well, I don't know when we'll have this opportunity again.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't get the opportunity a lot to do the parks that way. So I was excited to just go rope drop to close,
Now that I am thinking about it though, to me, I was very used to sitting down and just having to entertain myself kind of almost because I remember now a lot of the times that we were doing that I came with you guys, it was meeting up with friends, hanging around, sitting around, normally it was like Epcot and we'd all like
alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
Which you did not have to deal with a single one, did you?
Nope.
Was that nice?
Yep.
Good.
Oh yeah, no, that was nice.
Yeah. And that was important to me. That was another reason I think for this trip was to take you guys and kind of reconnect with you. And,
it was awesome.
Talon's been a part of our family now for over 2 years. I mean, he is family. We were watching Zombies 4 Sunday night, and you were working. And he comes in and he's working on the garden, and he'd come in and be like, hey, I found this out and all. So, he's a part of the family, but it was awesome to spend time more in what I'll consider a one-on-one situation.
It was so nice.
With the both
I had
of you.
a great time.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because, everyone's like, how's your trip? And they were like, so you went with like your parents and and I was like, nope, just me, Talon, and my dad. And they were like, really? And I was like, yeah, it was great. Like,
and it could be a very awkward dynamic, when I look back.
We're all, Talon and I feel like us.
You guys are adults now. I mean, really, first of all. I mean, Talon is an adult. Too. He's 18 years old. You will be an adult at 18 in January.
Yeah, wow.
But if I look back, I can't imagine me being 17 or 18 years old and having just my dad take me and a girlfriend to the parks all day. I think it would be really awkward and weird. Yeah. And I didn't feel that. Hopefully you didn't feel that way, because to me, it did kind of feel like a couple friends going to Disney, which was awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
Because I think that also took pressure.
I had a great time.
I had the best time ever.
And I'm sure he had a great time too.
I know he did.
He's funny.
Was there anything that stood out to you? You hadn't seen the completed Epcot, and I know we didn't walk all through those gardens in the center area a ton.
Yeah.
But,
honestly, I know Epcot went through a lot of change, but it kind of looked the same to me.
Same to you? Yeah.
I mean, again, we weren't really in that area more. We were doing the around the world, but that's what I liked about Epcot. I was never really cared for that main entrance area. I cared about walking around the countries. I will say one of the biggest things that I noticed, I didn't notice any difference with Rock and Roller Coaster, but Haunted Mansion, that graveyard scene was 1,000 times better than I remember.
It's been lit more.
I could see what was happening. Yeah. And it's not like I couldn't before, but I don't know, I noticed a lot more.
Yeah. They definitely upgraded some of the lighting within that. And then
I definitely noticed that.
Funny enough, for Haunted Mansion being one of my favorite rides ever, and I'm not the type that just goes down rabbit holes of Disney lore, as you children like to call it. So I don't go and study every little thing, but I pick things up a lot. Yeah. And I know a lot of trivia and a lot about Haunted Mansion, but your mom pointed out the last time her and I rode, which I just never picked up on. In the graveyard scene, anything that is still alive is lit in white light.
Oh,
and anything that is dead is in that bluish kind of tint. Now, there's not a lot of white light. You have
there's the little cats.
Yeah, well, you have the groundskeeper out at the gate with the dog, so they're lit in white.
The little cats were lit in white.
And the additional dog that is towards the end by the mummy is also lit in white.
That's cool.
Which is super cool.
Yeah.
And also, anyone who's listening, especially you diehard Disney fans that, aren't really happy with a lot of changes that happen. Kailyn is much more of an average park goer now than a lot of us that are the locals and that get to go all the time.
Yeah.
And listen, everyone, to what she just said. That whole reformation and transformation of the middle of Epcot in the front that so many Disney diehards are up in arms about, you barely noticed the difference because that's not where your focus or I believe the average park goer's focus is.
I remember we were walking I think it was when we were walking to the little Nemo area with the water area. And I look over and I see the Encanto show and I was like, what is going on? What is that? I was like, what's going on over there? I didn't even, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah. And that's,
well, also
that's what
that
I think
was
is fair.
more for kids, but Epcot to me has always just been the, Spaceship Earth with
Spaceship Earth
yep. inside the Epcot ball with the Epcot ball and the countries.
Yeah.
That's what Epcot has been to me. And then eating and the festivals.
Right.
Like that's what Epcot is to me.
Yeah.
So, and then about Haunted Mansion. I know you said that everyone said this, but with the Hat Man, he's awesome. Hatbox Ghost. He is awesome.
I loved hearing your opinion.
But why wasn't he in the graveyard? Why was he in the hallway in such a random spot?
There's been a lot of talk about that as well.
I didn't like it. I'm going to be honest. Honestly, if anything, I disliked it because it took away from the iconic candle in the hallway floating.
Interesting.
And I feel like it was focused on him.
Yeah. See,
I love that moment.
I look at it. I do agree it's an odd placement, and it is different than what's at Disneyland, which makes more sense. But I look at it as he is truly welcoming you kind of into the Haunted Mansion in a sense.
But then I feel like he should have been like at the very beginning. You know what I mean? Because now you're just in the hall. I also really liked that scene though. The candle scene. I don't know why, but amazing. I really like that part. And now there's just this guy
standing there. Well, who's also out of place.
He is lit so differently too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's this dark, almost warm lit room because of the candle, and then him who is very cool toned. Yeah. So it's very like different contrast. So he's very, very there. Like I agree. You notice him.
Yeah.
But
that's a great point.
Like that.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
I don't know. I'm weird, but
no, there's a lot of folks that don't like the placement.
I think he should have gone behind the guardsman or in front of him, or like behind the gate. Mm-hmm. I think he should have had something to do with the gate and the guy being almost like, what, like you're about to go into this graveyard with all these ghosts and like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like he should have been almost a warning to the guy.
And I think part of that was supposed to be, and again, this is all lore and who you see it from and who you talk to. You know, a lot of the questions were when he was put into Disney World, and he's been at Disneyland, right? Was, well, there's 999 happy haunts. Does he not make 1,000? But according to what I've heard, is he is not a happy haunt. So that's the reason he doesn't add to the 999, making it 1,000.
Well, there's not actually 999.
I've never counted, but
I was about to say,
not surprise me if there are exactly 999. It's Disney, man. You know, go back to Polynesian Tower. Every detail, every stone
that's
is
true.
left
But then
unturned.
that's the other part where you have to think, well, if he's not considered a happy haunt, then how many of you mean every single one of the ghosts in there are happy haunts? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
though?
I mean that would be the theory.
There's
of it.
like that whole part that you have to think about, but
that's certainly the way that it happens. I know this came much longer after. The new live action Haunted Mansion plays on the fact that those really are truly kind of happy haunts that are stuck in the mansion, and the Hatbox Ghost is basically trying to keep them there. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So So if you're okay with taking like the new lore and the old and mixing them together, I think it's all right. So Rock and Roller Coaster was number one. If you had to round up your top three, what are the other two attractions that stood out the most to you?
Rock and Roller Coaster 1, Tower 2, 3. I don't know, because I like a lot. I really like Rise of the Resistance. So I'm not a Star Wars fan, and I love that ride.
What did Talon think of it? I mean, I know he came off like pretty impressed, but it's not like we talked on. He's
so like meh with his emotions. Sometimes it's funny, but no, he liked it.
Well, I will say when we went in through Galaxy's Edge, which I know next time we'll take and we'll spend more time. We'll hang out. We'll get a Ronto wrap.
Well, that's the thing, is that was still the place that I feel like we spent the most time at.
I know.
Like,
but so we came in. I was telling him about the Den of Antiquities, and I'm like, dude, we'll go in there. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. We walked through there, and then that's when you come out, you turn right, you come around the corner to the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, he turned
the corner, and I heard the words, "Oh, something." And it was just one of those kind of unfiltered moments where I wish I had been looking at his face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I heard him behind me, and I knew as soon as he saw the Falcon, he was like, wow, like, there it is.
Yeah.
And it's real.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you enjoy, because this is always a topic of conversation, how was our Smuggler's Run?
It wasn't bad. It was good. I don't like that ride because of my past experiences with it. They weren't bad. They were just like, what is this?
Yeah. You get we've always had the bad pilots.
Yes, there's like either bad pilots, they don't know what they're doing. I used to always just be the mechanic, so I just sat there watching these pilots do an awful job. No offense to whoever was a pilot.
Well, a lot of times they were like 6 years old or something.
I was just about to say, I think we went with people who were younger, wanting to be the pilots. But it was you and Talon who were the pilots, and then we were with these other 3 girls who were really nice.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, and we got 2 of the, I
Coaxium.
think, 3 that you can get. Which
we got 2 of them.
I don't know how we would have gotten the 3. I don't know how anyone gets the 3, but
I am trying to remember the last time I saw getting the second one that I've been on it.
Exactly.
And it has been a long time.
Exactly.
So,
I never gotten the second one.
Yeah.
The first, it's always just like you crash into a bunch of stuff and then it sucks. But
we did pretty good though.
You guys did good, and I enjoyed it.
It was.
We waited a good while for that one, which I also
outside of Tron, that was our longest wait.
Yeah.
And for Tron, you know.
Oh, Tron. But even Tron went by not that bad.
It was about 50 minutes. It was posted 70.
It was?
Yeah, so what we did is Happily Ever After was going off at 10.
Yep.
And I was like, we can wait and watch it and then run to Tron, or we can accomplish some more stuff. So basically, you know, we are heading right as people are really gathering.
Yeah.
Happily Ever After is down to like the 5-minute count and all, pretty much 10-minute count. We are headed towards Space Mountain, which I had picked up a lightning lane for.
Yeah.
And we rode Space Mountain and we got off. And it was about, so fireworks, I think Happily Ever After runs roughly 17 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like 10, maybe 12 when we got off Space Mountain. So I said, let's head to Tron. Mm-hmm. And so as we're walking to Tron, though, also, like, we get in the queue and we get to watch the finale of the fireworks.
Oh, it was awesome.
Bursting over the huge Tron covering.
I got this great picture in the video. I got a video of, like, the fireworks going off behind the Tron coaster going. It was really cool.
Yeah, and again, 50 minutes, you know, in standby for this at the end of the night isn't bad. And so, you know, I've done this twice now recently. We did it when Rhonda and I were with Matt and Tina back in March. We did the same type of thing, and it really does work out well.
Yeah.
But overall thoughts on Tron? I mean, I know, again, it doesn't make your top 3 for the day, but it was your first time ever riding it.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was a really cool ride. Front row, I will always wait for front row on that.
Yes.
If I were to go on it again, but it was
Mom
good.
And I do every time we wait for front row.
But I will say, the inside part was just very meh to me. It was the outside, which, even though the outside is only like literally 10 seconds long, that's what was really cool to me.
You wish the whole thing was like that.
I do wish the whole thing was like that. It was incredible, though,
because
the outside part. Once I got inside, I was like, okay.
Do you think that? Do you think all that adds or takes away from the actual ride? Because there's a lot going on. You've got it's kind of like Rock and Roller Coaster meets Cosmic Rewind. You know, where you have a lot of lit blacklight type directional things like arrows and whatever, and then you actually have these screens, much like Cosmic Rewind.
Noticed that.
For you, did that take away from the ride, or did it add to it? Because now your focus has to go in multiple places.
I don't want to say
mean?
it took away, but I don't think it added.
Yeah.
Again,
I agree.
I would have rather the whole thing been outside.
Yeah.
The outside part is what got me like, whoa, like this is awesome. And then we got inside and I was just like, all right.
Okay. And then
cool.
It's 30
and then it's done.
almost.
And I'm like, okay, that was cool. But
and Cosmic Rewind works because the cart directs you where to look. You know, it is part of
Cosmic
the true
Rewind is so
ride
perfect.
and show.
Yeah.
So I thought that part's interesting. Did you have a favorite overall moment? Was there any one moment that when you look back, you're just like, man, that was it?
I don't know, because I feel like there were so many.
Yeah, right?
It's like, I mean, well, for me, going back and actually taking in everything was so different than when I was a kid. In the queue for Tower, I'm looking at all this stuff and I'm like, this is incredible. Yeah. Again, even in Wailulu, like looking at everything, just like admiring everything was so cool.
Do you enjoy my added commentary, or is it slightly annoying? No,
it's great. I mean, it's literally as if like me and Talon went on vacation and got this incredible like tour guide that was also my father, which makes it a lot better because obviously now I'm hanging out with you, but it was really cool. I mean, I don't know if Talon said it in front of you, but he was enjoying it.
Good. I'm glad because I know he loves that type of stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, that kid is full of information.
Oh my gosh.
Like he knows something about everything.
We're in the hotel room and I'm like, what are you watching? And he's watching this like, not documentary, but like he's watching a guy talk about like things about like Ice Age.
Yeah.
Like literal facts about medieval Ice Age, like back. And I'm like, he literally will sit and watch videos about facts.
That's great.
Of like different things.
Yeah.
And he retains all the information. He's funny.
He does. He does an incredible job of it.
But I also think like literally even the bus ride home, just thinking about everything was like, Oh, and then we almost got a minivan.
Oh yeah, we talk about the minivan at the end of the night because in my mind, we're still getting out right after park closing. Even though Happily Ever After is a little bit earlier finishing and some people will exit then, we know that there's going to be a mass exodus.
I'm thinking we're getting to the bus and there's going to be 5 buses before we even get on. Yeah. I'm like, we're going to be sitting for a while, but I'm like, whatever. But you were like, let's get a minivan. It would have been about $50, 20-minute wait. Yeah. Almost, no, it was
26, I think is what it said. Something like that, 26
almost
to 30 minutes.
A 30-minute wait.
Yeah.
And we were like, no. Yep. We get to the bus. There is one there. I know. Double bus. We get on, sit down. It was great.
It was amazing.
We get there immediately.
Everything just fell into place.
Well, even like the little minor things, like, hey, we have 15 minutes till Slinky Dog. What do you? Let's go do Alien Swirling Saucers. Right? 15-minute wait. Perfect. Yeah. Literally, it was just so. Oh, and I love Midway Mania.
Oh, it's so fun.
I beat everybody.
You did. And here's the thing. Okay. I'm okay at the game. I'm pretty good.
Right.
Your mom now, about 50-50. Used to be I beat her every time. Now it's about 50-50.
Okay.
Which one of us wins. But I had to ride by myself, which means on that side, I got a shot at every possible thing.
Yep.
Every 5,000, every one that pops up, I can grab. And you still beat me. And you were competing with Talon, who it's not like he had 100 points. He was doing pretty good too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I got off that, and first of all, when we got to the end and it showed up all the numbers in the car, right. I'm like, why is mine not at the top? There's no way someone beat me because it's only you two and I got all the advantage. But
well, the other thing is, the cart next to us is included in our cart. I got the top score out of that cart too. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were just killing it, weren't you? So amazing.
Oh, okay. Just gotta gloat real quick. No, I do like that. Right? It's fun.
And
then Talon's like, "There's no way this is accurate."
Oh, I know. It is. I know. He is definitely the type that will get like I do too. Like I'll get frustrated if I'm like,
no, he was having fun.
I aimed at that direction and it did not go that direction. It's the reason that Space Ranger Spin just aggravates me.
Oh, I don't like that.
Sit and ride. I don't even try and use the game.
Yeah, I'll say I don't like that.
So I can't wait for those upgrades that are coming. It won't be reopen in time for us to go in November.
Okay.
But hopefully sometime after that. So being that now you are much more, I feel like, of the casual, normal Disney guest. You're going now about once a year, maybe once every 18 months.
Yeah.
Did you feel that the magic was still there from before? Because that's another complaint that a lot of people have. The magic's going away.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I was talking I don't know if I was talking to you about this, but I literally was like, yeah, like, it's still, like, it is so crazy, the difference of just being at Disney.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much more like, wow. Like, I don't know.
I
think the magic is there.
Well, I love that you felt like you pretty much picked up where we left off.
Oh, yeah.
And like you had, like, and I'm very lucky, and I've got friends back home and stuff, and friends that I don't get to see often, but when I do, we just pick back up, like, we hadn't been apart for years at the time sometimes. And so to feel that, to hear that you felt the same way about the parks is awesome. For you, do you think that about once a year is good? Would you want to go more if possible? Like, I know you probably don't want to be a pass holder anytime soon again, but if we said, you know what, Kailyn, what's a perfect amount of times that you would like to go to Disney? And you don't even have to go by like individual trips. You can kind of almost go by park days because obviously we wouldn't do it that way every time, right?
I honestly think that like the perfect thing would be probably perfect, ideally, which is basically what we're doing within this year around, is one good trip where you go to the parks to maybe even, okay, that's a stretch, but a couple of days, you go to the parks. You do bam, bam, bam. You have a great time.
You're
whatever.
Hitting attractions.
Yeah, you're getting attractions.
You're
going
shows.
to doing everything, and then within the same year, a staycation.
Yeah,
I think would be ideal.
Now, where would you, Kailyn, pick out a place if you could have a staycation?
I mean, I have 2 places, and the first is the, where do we go?
Polynesian.
No.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Fort
Wilderness.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't think of it.
Which we are doing next month.
We always do Fort Wilderness, so maybe that's why.
Yep.
But I feel like Fort Wilderness, if you make it right, that is the perfect place for a staycation.
Yeah.
Polynesian is also great, and I would love to go do a staycation there.
Yeah.
But I think Fort Wilderness really is just perfect.
Yeah. Well, your mom and I were talking about, after our last weekend trying to do the 4th fireworks, and, people can go back and listen to that episode. Everything didn't, go as planned for us to see them. We're going to have our wonderful travel advisor, Amy from MEI Travel, keep an eye, next year on those dates and whatever type of deals come out. And we were talking about staying at a monorail resort for the 4th next year, so we can just be on a property and watch them from there. So we'll look, maybe, even if it's one night, maybe we can do the poly.
Yeah.
Even if it's one night there, on the 3rd, we catch it, and then maybe we go somewhere for a night or two. But, that's probably what we would look at. I know it felt like, we're going to wrap it up here. I know that it kind of felt like, there hadn't been time between the parks that you went, and you just kind of picked right back up where you left off. But do you think that the break you did have made you enjoy the parks even more?
100%.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's why I think going so little is almost so nice for someone like me. Because it's like, I know all those rides for the most part. I know them. I've done them but also, again, I have done them so many times before. So maybe it is different for somebody else, but not going for so long and then going again is just like, wow. Yeah. Like, it's still perfect. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like,
no, it does.
It's still great.
Yeah. It was funny. One part I loved is you spent so much of the day like pointing out to Talon, like, oh yeah, this is where we used to go do this.
Oh my gosh, the memories that I was getting. I was like, I remember going here and doing this and doing this and going there and doing this. And like, oh my gosh, I was remembering everything, which is, it's just so crazy. Yeah. But I do think that, like, for me, going so little is almost so much better.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep it at that. So that you can continue to enjoy it. But I had the best time ever. That was one of my favorite days in the parks.
Oh, that was great.
It was just a blast. You guys were awesome. We had so much fun. Yeah. Well, now we really got to get your mom there, because your mom has not gone to see Talon experience Disney.
We got to go to Hollywood again.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll figure out a day and a time in the future, maybe a year or so from now. But had a blast. Thank you for joining not only me for the weekend,
course.
Because otherwise I would have just gone by myself. You know what? And that would have been lame, and I wouldn't have had much fun. So I appreciate you guys coming.
I'm so glad we got to go.
And I appreciate you being on this show and talking about it.
Of course.
So we'll have to have you back sooner than 3 years. Maybe after this year's Halloween Horror Nights, we bring you and Lace back on.
Okay.
At least you, because she probably won't talk.
Yeah, she probably doesn't
we have to get her in that perfect mood. But
yeah,
that is all we got for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. And you want to hit subscribe, get brand new episodes every single Tuesday and Friday, including that awesome staycation we do have coming up at the cabins, the new cabins at Fort Wilderness.
So excited.
It'll be a good group of us. We're going to meet some friends there. We're going to have some fun. It's going to be awesome. And of course, Rhonda and myself, and I bet Kailyn even, would be super thankful if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home.